It may not seem this way, but Greenland is the most important conflict on the world stage right now.
We don't take Greenland, Russia or China will, and I'm not letting that happen. If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland, and I am not going to let that happen.
Is there any deal they can offer you? Either like
Yeah, sure, I'd love to make a deal with them. It's easier. But one way or the other, we're going to have Greenland.
Everybody think in France, in the European Union, that Greenland is not to be sold, not to be taken. The situation in Greenland is clearly a wake-up call for all the Europeans. And let me tell you very directly that you are not alone. And when a strategic message is sent to you, I want just for you to know that it's clearly perceived by the Europeans as targeting a European land. And this flag you have here is our common flag. And we know our common values. And we know our long-standing choices. And this is why it's very important for French people and all the European people to convey very clearly this message of solidarity and the fact that we stand with you now, for today, and for tomorrow.
In Ukraine, for instance, Putin has, wrongly of course, argued that this is about reunification, that Russia's really just trying to reclaim territory. And the same goes for Chinese rhetoric on Taiwan. In Venezuela, Trump invoked the Monroe Doctrine, or the Don Roe Doctrine, even though I doubt he has any idea what it is. And Maduro was a dictator and broke international law by rigging an election. Now, of course, none of these bigger countries should be anywhere near these smaller sovereign nations. But the justification for these at least gives some level of acknowledgement for international norms and laws. Greenland is different, and so is Canada, but thankfully we're not quite there yet. Not only is this an effort to confront an ally and break up the greatest alliance in human history, but it's a reversion back to an old world order, one where strategic geography for superpowers trumps sovereignty. The last country to do this, of course, and without nearly as much international cooperative precedent, was Nazi Germany. Just like with Nazi Germany, when it became clear that this was their mindset, everything changed. Europe, just like in World War II, has a really difficult decision to make. Last time, they waited too long and it cost millions of lives. With Greenland, the question is, are they going to draw a red line, or are they just going to try to appease Trump to minimize the damage? Unfortunately, we haven't seen that work historically. If nothing else, I hope these countries seriously consider ramping up their spy game, and they may already have done so. Because this is the only other non-violent way to stop Trump. Combined with a worldwide resistance movement, these countries could do everything they can to gum up the gears so that he can't move forward. And I think they'd find a lot of support in the US. I'd also love to be able to stay connected with you all without the algorithm BS that this app has. So if you wouldn't mind, you can find the link to my Substack in my profile. It's a free subscription, and I'll be eventually doing some exclusive content for paid subscribers, but we're not quite there yet. So I really appreciate you to subscribe, and you'll get my newsletter. So thank you.